Welcome to the saga of Hera. Known for her vengeful nature and striking beauty, is one of the most powerful deities who ruled from the high halls of Mount Olympus. To truly understand Hera, we must start at the very beginning. Born to the Titans, Cronus and Rhea, Hera had a unique origin story. Like her brothers and sisters, Hades, Poseidon, Demeter, Hestia, and Zeus, Hera's birth was no ordinary event. You see, her father, Cronus, had a rather unsettling habit. He swallowed his children at birth, fearing a prophecy that he would be overthrown by one of them. But thanks to her clever mother, Rhea, who tricked Cronus into swallowing a stone instead of her last child, Zeus, Hera and her siblings were eventually freed from their father's belly. Zeus, who became the king of gods, is not just Hera's brother, but also her husband. Growing up in Mount Olympus, amidst grandeur and power, Hera grew into a remarkable, fiercely independent woman, embodying feminine grace and grit. Hera is known to have several children. However, the paternity of these offspring varies across different versions of the tales. Ares. Known as the god of war, violent and fearsome, Ares is typically recognized as the son of Hera and Zeus. Hephaestus. As the god of fire, blacksmiths, sculptors, and metallurgy, Hephaestus is another child of Hera. Some myths suggest that Hera bore him alone, out of spite for Zeus giving birth to Athena independently. In other tales, he's the son of both Hera and Zeus. According to myth, Hera was so horrified by Hephaestus's lack of physical perfection, as he was born lame, that she threw him off Mount Olympus. This, of course, resulted in Hephaestus holding a grudge against his mother, which played out in later myths. Rejected and disowned by his mother due to his deformity, Hephaestus eventually turned into a symbol of labor and craftsmanship. Hebe. She was the goddess of youth and servitude, personifying youthfulness and prime of life. As the daughter of Hera and Zeus, she held the honor of becoming the cupbearer to the gods, holding a position of great significance in Olympus. Eileithyia. Often portrayed as a daughter of Hera and Zeus, she was the goddess of childbirth and midwifery. While Hera is universally recognized as the mother of Ares, Hebe, Eileithyia, and Hephaestus, the identification of other figures such as Angelos, Arge, Charites, Eleutheria, Eris, and Enyo as her children is less universally accepted, with these attributions often appearing in specific or less mainstream versions of Greek mythology. Next, we will explore her marriage with Zeus, a rather complicated relationship filled with love, betrayal, and a good deal of drama. Chapter 2. Hera and Zeus. While the details of Hera's childhood remain shrouded in mystery, one of the most fascinating chapters in her life is her marriage to Zeus. Yes, her younger brother, and also the king of the gods, they shared a relationship that was nothing short of a roller coaster ride. Now you might wonder how such an unusual pairing came to be. Zeus, smitten by Hera's beauty and grace, pursued her relentlessly, but Hera had no intentions of becoming one amongst Zeus's many conquests, and so she rejected him. However, Zeus was not one to back down that easily. Zeus, using clever trickery, transformed into a distressed, damp cuckoo. Seeing the bird in a pitiful condition, Hera took it in her arms to warm it. And it's at that moment Zeus transformed back into his powerful form and won Hera over. Indeed, love and deception played a pivotal role in this divine union. Married to the most powerful yet the most unfaithful of all gods, Hera's life was filled with tumult and turbulence. Betrayed numerous times by Zeus, her wrath knew no bounds. Her jealousy often invoked conflict among the gods and mortals alike, and she was particularly harsh to Zeus's other children. But within this stormy marriage, there were moments of unity and shared responsibility, particularly in their roles as deities. Driven by a deep sense of duty and shared power, Hera and Zeus ruled over Mount Olympus together. While her personal life was beyond the ordinary, Hera stood as a symbol of womanhood, motherhood, and marriage. As we venture into the next chapter of Hera's journey, we will find ourselves face to face with her less forgiving side, a side that has fueled countless myths and legends. Chapter 3. The Vengeance. The ancient Greeks frequently portrayed Hera as lion-hearted, powerful, and fiercely protective. However, she was also well known for her vengeful nature, provoked predominantly by Zeus's unending infidelity. This characteristic marked numerous stories of Hera's rage against her husband's paramours and illegitimate offspring. One such tale revolves around the nymph Io, a priestess of Hera whom Zeus had seduced. With Hera in pursuit, Zeus turned Io into a white heifer to disguise her. But Hera saw through the deception and, as punishment, sent a gadfly to incessantly sting Io, sending her wandering through the world in restless suffering. In another tale, Zeus had an affair with a mortal woman named Alcmene, and fathered a son who would grow up to be none other than Hercules, the strongest of all Greek heroes. In a fit of jealous rage, Hera tried to kill Hercules as an infant, and later incited madness in him, leading him to kill his own wife and children. Throughout Hercules' life, Hera was the main force behind his trials and tribulations. Leto's tale is a potent example of Hera's ferocious jealousy. Pregnant with Zeus's children, Leto was banished by Hera. Denied any stable land to deliver on, Leto was finally able to give birth to twin gods Apollo and Artemis on the floating isle of Delos, showcasing the dramatic lengths Hera's wrath could stretch across. In the case of Semele, Hera was jealously enraged that Zeus had taken another lover and that Semele was pregnant with Dionysus. Disguised as an old woman, Hera persuaded Semele to insist that Zeus reveal his true divine form. Knowing a mortal could not survive the sight, Zeus reluctantly agreed, and Semele was consumed by his divine fire. Echo was a talkative nymph who was punished by Hera for distracting her with constant chatter. While Echo was engaging Hera, Zeus was carrying out numerous affairs undetected. As punishment, Hera cursed Echo to only repeat the last words spoken by others, effectively taking away her voice. These are just a few examples of Hera's wrath as depicted in Greek mythology. These legendary stories represent not only Hera's wrath, but also her determination and resilience. Though often painted with a negative brush due to her vengeful episodes, Hera was much more than just a wrathful deity. She embodied the hardships faced by women and rallied against them with a sturdy hand. Chapter 4. Influence. Known as the goddess of marriage, women, childbirth, and family, Hera had a unique stance in Greek mythology. She personified the ideal woman, inspiring women of that time and even today. To Greek women, she was the divine protector, guiding them through different phases of life, from young maidenhood to betrothed brides, during childbirth, and as wives and mothers. Hera's divine power lay in her essential roles within human life and society. As the nurturing goddess overseeing childbirth, she provided protection to women, and as the guardian of marriages, she upheld the sanctity of familial bonds. This places her at the heart of the family structure, making her an indispensable figure in ancient Greek society. Despite her tumultuous relationship with Zeus, her unwavering belief in the sanctity and importance of marriage made her a figure of utmost respect in the eyes of the mortals. Now, like every god or goddess, certain symbols represented Hera. One of the primary symbols of Hera is the peacock, known for its eye-spotted feathers. This association stems from the story of Argus, a servant of Hera with many eyes, whose eyes were placed on the peacock's tail after his death. The peacock is a symbol of Hera's royal status and her watchful nature. Cow. Hera's connection to cows comes from ancient texts that described her eyes as resembling the large, beautiful eyes of cows. This gentle and nurturing animal represents Hera's role as a maternal figure and protector of women. Pomegranate. The pomegranate is a symbol of fertility and marriage and is frequently associated with Hera, highlighting her role as the goddess of marriage. Diadem and scepter. As the queen of the gods, Hera is often depicted wearing a diadem, a type of crown, and holding a royal scepter, symbolizing her regal authority. Lotus staff. Some depictions show Hera holding a staff with a lotus design, symbolizing feminine purity, grace, and beauty. Lion. While not as commonly associated with Hera as some of her other symbols, she is occasionally linked to a lion. This represents her regal status and power. Veil. Hera's bridal veil serves as a symbol of her role as the goddess of marriage, emphasizing her association with marital unions and the sanctity of the wedding ceremony. These symbols not only embodied what Hera stood for, but were also crucial in understanding how the ancient Greeks perceived her as a symbol of strength, nurturing, and fertility. Chapter 5. The Present. In today's world, Hera's influence is manifested in various forms of art, literature, and popular culture. The image of Hera, the peacock-adorned queen and protector of marriage, has been etched in stone and told in tales for generations. Hera and her mythical tales continue to be inspirational subjects for modern literature. She is often portrayed as a strong, charismatic woman leader, navigating her way to uphold her responsibilities, often in the face of patriarchal challenges. Her stories inspire women to rise against injustice and take control of their lives. In popular culture, Hera's tales find their expressions in books, graphic novels, video games, and digital animations. She has been a pivotal character in Rick Riordan's Percy Jackson series, where she is described as a beautiful woman clothed in regal attire, her eyes capturing the resplendence of her associated symbol, the peacock. Many contemporary artists continue to depict Hera in paintings, murals, and sculptures, capturing her beauty, strength, and resilience in various forms. They harken back to the ancient tales and stories, presenting them in a way that resonates with the modern audience. Hera's influence extends to our vast universe, with a Jupiter's seventh moon named after her. Hera, in the astronomical world, symbolizes the powerful goddess, marking her presence miles away from our reach. As we reach the end of this journey, let's remember Hera for what she truly was: a queen, a protector, a symbol of womanhood, a deity filled with love, strength, jealousy, vengeance, but above all else, resilience. Chapter 6: Legacy. Hera's stories, marked by a unique blend of power and maternal strength, matrimony's complexities, the pain of infidelity, and the resilience in the face of betrayals, resonate with many still presently. She was a queen, not by her marriage to Zeus, but through her demeanor, her resilience, her dominions over the heavenly aspects of life, which included birth, marriage, and women, and her fiercely protective tendencies. In the modern world's quest for gender equality, Hera's narratives remind us of the struggles endured and the victories secured by women throughout history. She empowers the fight against patronizing structures while embracing femininity and the roles women play in societal bonds. Hera stands as an intricate embodiment of feminine power and the defense of womanhood and marital fidelity. She is a testament to the idea that women are not merely aspects of beauty and desire, but entities of power, courage, and demand respect and loyalty. As the queen of the gods and goddess of motherhood, marriage, and women, Hera symbolized the integral role women played in Greek society. She was considered as the protector of women in various stages of life, reflecting the societal expectations and aspirations of ancient Greek women. But her enduring tales of wrath and vengeance, driven by the wayward actions of her husband Zeus, shed light on the darker aspects of their society. It highlighted the challenges women faced, including betrayal, deceit, and jealousy. In this sense, Hera was a mirror held up to the ancient Greeks, reflecting back their triumphs and toils, their virtues and vices, the respect they held for women, and the trials women often had to endure. Lastly, Hera, known for her beauty and streak of vengeance, reflects the multidimensional nature of all individuals. She teaches us that no individual is merely good or bad, powerful or weak, but a combination of all. We hope you've enjoyed our journey through the awe-inspiring life of Hera. As we close, remember that her power, resilience, and complex nature still echoes through the ages, inspiring us to face our challenges with unwavering strength. Stay curious, stay inspired, and continue to explore the captivating world of mythology. Until next time,